Welcome back to the Python tutorial series. I'm so glad you're here. This is the 32nd video in the series, and today we will go over named tuples in Python. We will first review what tuples are, then we will write code with named tuples. The timestamps are in the description below, so let's get started. If you remember from a previous video, we talked about tuples and how they're immutable. And I'll just recap that here now. A tuple is immutable. That means you can't change the data once you put data inside of it. A good example of this is colors for RGB, red, green, and blue. So I'm going to create a tuple called color and set that equal to open and close parentheses. Then we'll enter three numbers between 0 and 255. 255 is the max and 0 is the min. For example, 244 corresponds to red, 34 to green, and 0 to blue. I can then print the tuple by just printing color. And when I run this, I will get 244, 34, and 0. I can also print a specific index of the tuple by doing print color, and if I wanted to get red, I would do 0, because remember in Python, indexing starts at 0, not 1. So 34 would be 1 and 0 would be 2, and when I run this, I will get 244. So this is great. However, a problem with this is that if somebody looked at your code, they might not understand what the color tuple is. At first, you might be like, oh, we can solve this using a dictionary. So I'm going to create a variable called color dictionary and set that equal to red, green, and blue with corresponding values. And then I can print the entire color dictionary. And this is great, and when it prints, it will print red is 244, green is 34, and blue is 0. So a person looking at this code understands what the values are. However, dictionaries are complex and hard to work with. They're also mutable, and you can change values within dictionaries, unlike tuples. So what if you wanted a way that the user could see the colors but not be able to change the values? Well, this is where a named tuple comes in, and that's what we'll do next. I created a file called nametuples.py and imported the nametuple module from collections. I can then use nametuple sort of like creating a class, but it's creating a named tuple for a group of tuples. So I'll do this by setting a variable color, and I'll set that equal to nametuple, and then we'll call this tuple color, the same as what we called the variable, and then the tuple is going to have three parameters, red, green, and blue. I'll then create a color called firstColor and set this equal to color, and it has three parameters, red, green, and blue. So I can input numbers here. And like before, I can print a specific index of firstColor. So I'm going to print 0 here, and this outputs 123. I can also print the entire tuple. But this time it's different when I print firstColor, because it has the parameters red, green, and blue. It will say color, red equals 123, green equals 87, and blue equals 54. This is because firstColor is assigned to color, so it's assigned to this name tuple. So 123 corresponds to red, 87 to green, and 54 to blue. So it's similar to classes in a sense. With named tuples, I can also print a specific color. For example, if I wanted to print firstColor.blue, I could. And when I run this, I will get 54 because it looks in firstColor for blue and it sees blue is the third parameter, so it's going to grab 54 and print that out. Another thing that's nice is that because we already defined color, we can have multiple tuples under color. So I can create another variable called secondColor and set this equal to color and then have three values. And I can also print secondColor. And this works just like the firstColor. But let's say when I created this, I wanted 234 to be red, 54 to be blue, and 22 to be green. I could set red equal to 234, blue equal to 54, and green equal to 22. Now when I run this, it sees that I defined second color in red, blue, green, and it's gonna flip that into proper red, green, blue down below. So it's gonna flip 54 and 22. And this is another benefit of named tuples. And that's the summary of the benefits of named tuples over a regular tuple. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to follow along with this video series by subscribing and hitting the notification bell, or by clicking on the next video so that you can expand your knowledge about Python. And as always, I can't wait to see you next time.